Well, I didn't win the Patreon Creators Grant. And that's okay, because the person who did win, D&D Disability, they are going to go on and do some amazing things and create some amazing content. As a matter of fact, they're already creating amazing content and putting great things out there for the community. I put their information in the description below, so please go give them a follow and check out what they're doing and support them as they continue on their journey. But that leaves the question of what's next for my project? Well, I'm going to continue on, and we're just going to operate on a shoestring budget. And that's going to force me to make certain choices, and those choices will then influence the art that I'm making. And so that's kind of exciting. That's going to be interesting to see how this show turns out. So I've broken down the things that I need to do into 7 basic steps. Now, the goal is still to debut this show in October. So we've got 9-ish months to get this show off the ground. So the 7 steps that I have are: number 1, character and world building. I'm going to have to figure out who is the GM or the storyteller, who is also a magician, a sorcerer, and what is the world that he lives in. Then step 2 is going to be story writing, because unlike a magic show that is trick, 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 this is a show in which there's a cohesive narrative that is going to weave through the entire show. And I need to know that narrative somewhat before the show begins. Obviously, like any D&D game, any good role-playing game, the characters, the audience, is going to get to make choices along the way. But I need to at least have a little bit of a framework before we get started. Then step 3 is going to be trick selection. And this is going to be fun. I have to figure out, how do I integrate tricks into the story so that they feel natural? And how do I integrate tricks in a way that they don't distract? And also, how do I integrate tricks that are just going to be really good? So that's going to be a lot of fun. Then step 4 is perhaps going to take the longest amount of time, and that's trick, set, and costume development. That's putting all the pieces together, get everything working correctly, rehearsing each section, and getting that going. Then step 5 is going to be rehearsals. And this is going to be the full show start to finish. And that's going to be a lot of fun. That's when all of these pieces come together. Then step 6 is going to be previews, to get it before a live audience and see how it plays and make some last minute tweaks. And then step 7 is going to be showtime. And like I said, that deadline is going to be in October. So there's not a lot of time to waste. Now, I hate to give a timeline for any one step, but it gives us about a month per step. Now, I may be able to get some things done in a couple of weeks. Others may take a couple of months. It's going to vary. So if you are interested in this process, if you're interested in the show that I'm making, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Like this video, because that helps me out. I've also created a Patreon. If you are really invested and you want to maybe get a peek behind the curtain, you can subscribe to my Patreon and get exclusive behind the scenes looks beyond what you're going to see here. These videos are going to be just a snippet of the process, just to give you a little taste. So I've tried to create something at every budget level. And so if you don't have any money to donate, that's okay. You can like this video, subscribe to the channel, and still get regular updates. But if you've got a few dollars to spare, then you can get a peek behind the curtain. If you want to invest more, you can be in the director's circle or the producer's circle and get some direct input on the development of the show. Now, I wish I could tell you that I will be putting out a video every week, but it'll be a little sporadic, maybe every couple of weeks. Now, the people who are subscribed on Patreon, they will get the bulk of my attention, so they'll get a little more regular updates. But if this interests you, if this is something that you want to see come to life, then I encourage you to join me on my journey, because this is going to be a lot of fun, and it's something that's not really been created before. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.